Well, greetings, everyone, and welcome once again to our celebration of Kwanzaa. Uh, for those of you that have been with us every day, we appreciate, and for those of you that are just joining us, whether it was today, tomorrow, or any other day, we want you to know that we do appreciate you taking the time to celebrate Kwanzaa with us. And with that, we shall go to our candle lighting with Masada.
Hello, everyone. And before we get to the candle lighting, since it's the last day, I would like to go over it again, what the purpose is and what Kwanzaa is all about. The purpose, it introduces and reinforces Nguzo Saba, the seven principles. It focuses on building and maintaining a strong and empowered communities. It's non-religious. It's celebrated by all faith and all people alongside other holidays. That's why you see all my decorations up, and I say Happy Hanukkah, Merry Christmas. It's celebrated by all. The seven principles of Nguzo Saba. Each day of Kwanzaa is dedicated to one of these principles. This is a Kanara. The Kanara is the candle holder that we light it on. The seven candles, one black, three red, and three green. They represent the principles of the Pan African flag. It's Musho Ma Saba in Swahili. Kukombe Cha Umoja, a communal cup for honoring ancestors, is usually had. Um, Maza crops symbolizing African harvest traditions. Mohindi, ears of corn, one for each child. And Zawadi, gifts, typically educational or handmade gifts are given. Um, and last night, on the sixth night, they do a big feast called Karuma. Today, we're going to start once again. You start every day lighting the black candle, which is Umoja, it's unity. And then you go to the farthest end and you light on the second day, Kujakalia, and that is self determination. Then you get the green candle, and that's Ujima, collective work and responsibility. Then you go back to the red, Ujama, um, cooperative economics. Excuse me. Then you go back to the green. Green is Nia, which is purpose. Then you go back to the red, which is Kuumba, creativity. We had that yesterday. Thankful for all the creativity we had. And then you go to the last, Imani. And this one, all of them are important to me. If this was a regular candle holder, I would like for you all to once again observe and know if this was a regular candle holder, the black candle would really look like this. And then it would be the red candle and then this candle. But the black candle would be the lowest, bearing all the struggles. It's lit first, which it gets the. I'm gonna use a little bit of my terms. It gets the party started and the fire started early. It shoulders all the burden, and it upholds all the other candles. This symbolizes life to me and what's been going on that we need to change. We need everyone on the same level, everybody to be up here. Um, and I have faith that with us, with the coalition, and with all the people out there who I know that feel the same way as us, that wants to build a not apologetic world, and build with this coalition for community elevation and elevate all communities. I have faith that it's time and that we are here. So, welcome. Thank you everyone for joining us for these past days, celebrating Kwanzaa, the 7 days, um, and self-reflecting.
Ashe.
Yes, we were intending to have the libations today, but our libations got sick. We brought that flu and that cold out, huh? So we we have to thank her for letting us partake of that yesterday. And unfortunately, none of us copied it down or were able to record it. But I'm sure, now that we know, we'll work in progress. So next year we'll have it down a little bit more according to Kwanzaa. But the most important thing is the meaning and the celebration, as well as we noted yesterday, uh, the creativity, the purpose, all of this goes together. And who better to put all of this together and celebrate our last day than Brother Derek? And with that, we'll turn the floor over to you, Brother Derek.
No pressure, no pressure. It's good. It's good to be here, especially to talk about Imani, which is the principle of faith. And one of the ways I've seen it, described, particularly in the context of our people and Kwanzaa, is to believe with all our hearts and all of our people of the righteousness and the victory of the struggle. And that's what I really see in you brothers is you crafted this coalition and you looked at how it could positively impact our communities. It could uplift our communities. And in order to go there, we have to believe in the worthiness of our people and the worthiness of our cause. We have to believe we deserve it. We have to believe, we have to know we have the agency to have and to be respected and to live robust lives like the kings and queens that we know were the foundation of this earth out of Africa. And so I'm really excited to be here. There were a few people back when in graduate school. I had this massive book called "Lift Every Voice: African American Oratory" from 1787 to 1900. It is 900 pages. Now I will tell you, I never read this whole book, but I still reference it from time to time. And there are a few people in here. I want to just give you a snippet about who they were and how Imani impacted their lives. There was a guy named Cyrus Bustle, and he had the very first section of this book. He said, "I speak to those who are in slavery." And so he was born in slavery in Burlington, New Jersey in February of 1732. And he learned to be a bread maker from his third slaveholder, who was and then he was very deeply influenced by the Quaker faith, teachings and faith. And he became freed from slavery in 1769, and he established his own bakery. He said, "Look, I know how to do this. I know how to teach this. I'm not going to work for anybody else. I'm going to be me." And so, but he talks about how his faith informed his journey. And in fact, he was so disturbed by the practice, the inhumane practice of slavery, he refused to marry in his adult life because he said he would not perpetuate a race of slaves. So he waited until he was a free man to get married and then moved to Philadelphia. He was an active member of the Free African Society. And he died in 1806. But to me, it's a beautiful story of somebody leaning into their faith, standing on the principles, and then going out and saying, I am somebody. Another is somebody called John Morant. I want to share a couple things about him. He had the second chapter. He says, "You stand on the level with the greatest kings of the earth." And he had a short life, but quite an extraordinary life. He was probably the first ordained black minister to preach in the United States. And he began that preaching in June 15th in 1755. And this was 4 years after his father had died. And his mother first moved the family to St. Augustine, Florida, and then they settled in Georgia. So he learned to read and write before he left school at the age of 11, which was quite a feat back in 1755 when, remember, they didn't allow slaves to read. And so he became a very accomplished musician and performed locally on the violin and the French horn. In fact, his musical proficiency brought him a steady income and also led him to a life of intemperance. In other words, he struggled with alcohol, as we know many people have, right? And so it was an interesting thing, though, that he got pressed into service by the British, and what his job was on the ship was to play for them. And so he went through a lot, but I just wanted to share that he, again, used his gift. He pushed back against slavery and was quite a very strong individual. Um, Two more I want to share. One is Prince Hall. Now, I never knew the story of the Prince Hall Masons, but he was born in 1735 and born in Barbados, and so in 1775, he and 14 other free blacks uh, were inducted into the Order of Free and Accepted Masons by British soldiers, who were, up there fighting in New England. And interestingly enough, the British left 2 weeks later, and Hall and the other black members, uh, they were allowed to continue to meet, but they couldn't meet with the white members of the organization. So they eventually formed the African Lodge Number One, the first black Masonic lodge in the United States. Now, I don't know much about the Masons, but I know that there are hundreds and hundreds of these now. And so, again, here's a brother who saw something, he found something that he thought was worthy, he thought would help uplift his people and strengthen his people. And he went out, even though the white Masons would not accept him, he still started something that extends to this very day.
I remember uh, my grandfather, I want to say my great grandfather, and my father all being Masons. I
Mm-hmm.
remember the woman's Eastern Star, I believe it
Yeah,
was,
yeah,
and those used to be the foundations of our churches. I mean, everybody recognized, you you knew who they were. They they
absolutely.
they were like the elders of the congregation, the leaders. I don't know. I would like to maybe we'll have to ask Johan about that because I don't know if they have as much power because they would. That was your generation, Derek, mine, and
Yeah.
I don't know if that extended down to Masada's generation or not.
My grandmother was an Eastern Star, and then right above me, I know some men and all that were Masons. I actually have some friends now that are about 5 to 10 years older than me. They're Masons and all, but I don't discuss that or get into that with them. Um, Once my grandmother was passed and all that, um, I saw it like everything else, and all respect to everything, but I feel like it's like the quote when good times make soft man and hard times make strong man. I feel like that just refers to the things get less looser when in years to come. I don't know how to really say it right now.
Yep, I get you. I
Being
get you.
respectful.
Go ahead, Brother Dick. Sorry.
Yeah, so no problem. That's good. That's insightful. So as a Grand Master of the Lodge, he petitioned and received a permanent charter in 1787. And so African lodges were soon formed in other cities and all over the country. And so by 1977, there were more than 5,500 lodges with over 500,000 members organized under the Prince Hall Mason designation. And the interesting thing is they petitioned the state of Massachusetts in 1777 to abolish slavery. Of course, it didn't happen. And so it's interesting that the Prince Hall Grand Lodge did not gain full recognition from the English Grand Lodge until 1996. But did the brother let that deter him? No, he didn't. He went on with his business. He said, we aren't going to be dictated by you, and we aren't going to be limited by you. And he talks about, again, how his faith informed him. And I could have used several more women, but I want to end this piece of it with Mary Ann Shadd. And her segment, which is chapter 56, is called Break Every Yoke and Let the Oppressed Go Free. And her faith was informed by this. She said, the first business of life is to love the Lord our God with all of our heart and soul and our neighbor as ourselves. So she was born in 1823 to an affluent, free Black family in Wilmington, Delaware. She founded and taught several schools for Black children, always emphasizing what her biographer identified as her perennial themes: Black independence and self-respect. How about that? So after the passage of the Fugitive Slave Act in 1850, she joined thousands of other African Americans in immigrating to Canada. And her thing was that she said that she believed that integration into the mainstream of white society, she believed, was the only way Blacks could gain their rights. And we know there's lots of different perspectives on that, but that was hers. She said self-reliance is a fine road to independence. And so after the Civil War, she moved to Washington, D.C., where at the age of 46, she became the first woman to enroll in the law school at Howard University. She received her degree in 1883, and she was very active in women's suffrage and founded the Colored Women's Progressive Franchise Association. So that is just a sample of 4 outstanding Black folk that we don't often hear about, that leaned in to their faith and their unwavering insistence that Black people could do anything and be anything and deserved all the respect that we would demand. So I am just excited to look at, if we close Kwanzaa, and this is the first time I've celebrated the 7 principles of Kwanzaa. I just have to be honest about it. But I do indeed believe with all my heart, and I know you brothers do too, in our people and the righteousness of the victory of our struggle.
Yeah, we're back. Brother Derek, I want to, commend you. This is my first official Kwanzaa celebration also, but I thought that this was a significant, not only significant, but also a platform that we should come out with non-denominational, and it reflects the coalition, the members of the rainbow. And I just thought that this would be something that would unify us as a coalition. Uh, Brother Masada?
This is my first full all the way through as an adult. As a kid, I don't remember all of it, but I remember going through it as a kid somewhat. But as an adult, this is my first full going through each day. So this is our first together. And I'm just like you. I love it as a start because our principles align with the 7 principles. It's all about elevation. It's all about community. It's all about that word community, and break it further down. Unity, us together. Each principle, from the first one, unity, the Umoja, to Imani, faith. As you, Brother Derek, and as Brother James, I believe, we all have faith in our people, or we wouldn't be here today. Right. We wouldn't be here this whole week, and we wouldn't be doing what we're doing to do it. I commend Brother James for putting the wheels in motion and putting the fire up on us all to do it. Giving me something and other people to believe in as well. Brother Demetrius, you, Brother Derek, Brother Javon, and everyone out there that hears us and that is hearing us. So thank you all for listening. Thank you all for celebrating. Come back. There are other things that are happening. We are here. We are here as one. So no, we are all going to rise together, and we will in everyone's lifetime. Thank you all. Amen. Happy Hanukkah. Merry Christmas. Happy holidays. But Habari Ghani, what is the good news? The good news is Kwanzaa.
Ashe.
Ashe.
Ashe. Brother Derek, you be safe out there on those high seas. Don't want you to take too many of those libations.
All right.
But one thing I would I'd like to do is like Brother Masada said, you can, now that you know of our presence, come back. And next year we hope to have an even better celebration of, like I said, I would really like to have our president do some type of collaboration with the expatriates down there in the Caribbean.
In Costa Rica, we can work on that. We'll talk to Phyllis. We have the email, have the contact. I was talking about it yesterday and today. It's something that we've been looking at. So that Costa Rica, I'm serious. When I speak something, I speak it because we've been for a year just looking at YouTube's of all about it. So
things don't just happen. Things happen for a reason.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. Yeah. Well, have a great night, everyone. We're thankful that you were able to join us, and we look forward to having you on many other broadcasts. Have a great night. And
have a great night.
So everyone knows we will be moving, we the people will be moving into the coalitions, under the coalition's banner as of next week. January 6th. So you enjoy the sun, Brother Derek. We'll keep working until you get back.
Okay.
All right. You have a good night.
You too.
Yeah.